Ecclesiasticus chapter 38, verse 1, honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which ye may have of him, for Yahweh hath created him. For the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the king. Just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and that teach well, and that have taught me this truth. May Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai continue to bless you with more spiritual gifts, more wisdom, knowledge, understanding, truth, sincerity, faith, and fear. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Baba Bal, and Shalom to the whole select. Yeah, so I started off with this precept because I just got finished reading this article here from dailymail.co.uk, and it says, undisputed middleweight champion Marvelous Marvin Hagler dies at age 66 after one of his biggest rivals, Tommy Hearns, said he was in an ICU fighting the effects of the vaccine, which is the jab. And we've been telling you for the past year now or so that you shouldn't trust in the medicine of these Babylonian physicians, because it's not good for you. Don't trust what they prescribe to you. Don't subscribe to that. It's gonna kill you. All of a sudden now, in the year 2020 and the year 2021, all these doctors now, these government doctors, they're coming out and telling you, oh, hey, we need to help you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You need to get the vaccine first. We're here to help you. You know, when the history says otherwise, the relationship that you had with these physicians of Babylon, they were never set up to help you, and they never had your best interest when it came to your health. But now all of a sudden they're here to help you. That's a big red flag, and you shouldn't be tricked into that. But a lot of you Israelites, you are going to be tricked, because I'm reading it to you. Hey man, you have the Tuskegee Project, the injection of syphilis into you so-called Negroes that happened in the 40s. You had smallpox that happened that were given to the Native Americans, the tribe of Gad and Reuben. Smallpox, residential schools, Planned Parenthood, eugenics, all these different methods of genocides, they were put upon you. But now he's here to save the day and to help you. That's a big red flag, and now you're seeing it. That's why if you read this title, the title here, it just shows you Jake took it, and now he died. Now this is Mr. Hagler here at age 66, and this is him when he was younger. And the article just goes into what he has accomplished in his boxing career, and how he was a good man, and how he was magnificent in the ring. But ultimately, man, it was his time to go. The Lord had his number. Now, let me get to the point here. Just get to the point. Here we go. It says his son James told TMZ his father was rushed to hospital with chest pains and was experiencing trouble breathing before dying about 4 hours later. A statement on Hagler's website read, "We are very sad to report that Marvelous Marvin Hagler died on March 13th of natural causes near his home in New Hampshire." And that's debatable, because I believe that that jab actually sped up his death. He could have probably lived a little longer, but he decided to take the vaccine, and that was it. That was it for him. That gave that actually caused him to die. And that's what they're saying, negative effects. But at the end of the day, when you really look at it, it was just his time to go. 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6, the Lord killeth and maketh alive. So the Lord killed him. And now Mr. Hagler, he's in the spirit world, living a better life. And he's cheering us on. And when he comes back into the kingdom, he's going to be 1,000,000 times better than what he was on this side. 1,000,000 times better. And he's going to be in his right mind. He's going to know the truth. He's going to know he's an Israelite. He's going to acknowledge it. So at the end of the day, it was just his time to go. He was a champion until the end. His family asked for privacy at this time of sorrow. The unfashionable Hagler, who turned pro in 1973 out of Brockton, Massachusetts, took 7 years to earn his first middleweight title crack after almost beating everyone in his path. Hey, and that's Jake. This reminds me of Jacob, our forefather, when he was working for his uncle. I believe it was Laban. I believe that's what his name, if I stand corrected. I forgot his name. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he was working for his uncle to get Rachel, but he was actually tricked. And then he ended up getting Leah. So he had to work another 7 years, which in total, that was 14 years he had to work. But while he was working 7 years, it was flawless. He was doing a very great job. And that's Jake, man. Jake, when Jake puts his mind to something, he's going to get what he wants. And this is just more proof that most likely Mr. Hagler is an Israelite, predominantly from the tribe of Judah, because he's a so-called black man, most likely. And this just shows you here, it took 7 years to earn his first middleweight title crack after almost beating everyone in his path. 7 years. 7 years of laboring. And that's Jake. Because Jake, we have to labor. We have to fight for what we want, or for what we get. Right? And when we put our mind to something, we always succeed. That's just who we are as a people. Now you're supposed to honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which ye may have of him, for Yahweh hath created him. And the Lord, he has created physicians, which are healers, not doctors, physicians. There's two different things. A doctor is somebody that falsifies, if you look up the definition of what a doctor means. A doctor is just set up to make things appear right. They're just set up to make it look good. And they falsify. They're not there to heal you. They're there to treat you of your symptoms so they can get you to come on back so they can make money. That's what a doctor is. But a physician, they'll heal your problems with the herbs and the medicines of this earth. And that's who you're supposed to put your trust in. And it's even better when you get a physician that believes in the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. It's even better. Right? Now it says, verse 2, for the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the king. So at the end of the day, who heals you? Yahweh Bashim Yahushai does. He heals you. Not the doctors of this world. The Lord does. Now, if the Lord can heal you, he can make you sick as well. Right? And it really how you heal or how you get better, it's really determined by your faith at the end of the day. And the reason why you get sick as well, it's really determined by your faith too. Right? The Lord can plague you if you're wicked. Anyway, so verse 3, the skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be in admiration. And that's not happening on this side. A lot of physicians, naturopathic healers, they're not held in great admiration, or they're not looked upon with great admiration in this society. It's really the physicians of no value. They're looked upon and deemed as admirable. Right, because this world is upside down. Isaiah chapter 29, verse 16, who turned upside the potter's clay. Briefly paraphrasing, the potter's clay, turning things upside down. You Edomites, man. You put these physicians of no value in greatest and in high esteem. You put them in high places. Right. So verse 4, it says, the Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. Yeah, so you're not supposed to abhor the medicines that come out of the earth, which are the herbs, the plants, the things that come out of the earth, like the alkaline medicines. You're not supposed to abhor them, which abhor means to abstain. Now, you could say that Mr. Hagler, he abstained from the medicines that come out of the earth. He relied on the synthetic medicines that this devil creates in a lab. And guess what? It caused him to die. Big, strong champion got taken down. That's crazy, man. But let me get something and close up. I don't want to make this video too long. You get the point. So this is Mark. I believe it's in Let me see, I wrote it down here. Yeah, Mark 5, that's the account that Yahushua healed this lady. Mark 5 and 25. It says, a certain woman which had an issue of blood 12 years and had suffered many things of many physicians and had spent all that she had and was nothing bettered, but rather grew worse. Yeah, because she spent all her money on these physicians. And a lot of you people do that. You go to these top doctors. You travel to different countries to meet these top doctors to heal your cancers, right? Especially you Edomites that got money. That's what you do. You travel to different countries to meet these physicians or these doctors that have these credentials, and then you do all the things they tell you, and then you still die. You pay all this money and you still die. That's kind of what she was going through, except in this account she lived. All right, so let me read this again. And had suffered many things of many physicians, a lot of madness, and had spent all that she had, everything in her bank account, all her shekels, and was nothing bettered. Yeah, that's right. You don't get no results. You physicians of no value, you forgers of lies. In Job, the 13th chapter, physicians of no value, but rather grew worse. And that's why you shouldn't go to the hospital, man. They just make things worse. Don't go to the hospital. Hospitals are for faggots and for women. People who lack faith. People who are effeminate. That's what hospitals are for. You only go to the hospital if it's a dire situation. Okay? It's the only time as a man of the Lord you go to the hospital if it's a real dire situation. But at the end of the day, hospitals are for faggots, women, and effeminate men. That's what it's for. Verse 27. When she had heard, Yahushua came in the press behind and touched his garment, for she said, if I may touch but his clothes, I shall be whole. And straightway the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of that plague. That's right. So she was healed through her faith. Just because she believed in Yahushua, that's how she was able to be healed. So really the healing comes from the Lord, and it comes through your faith. If you believe you're going to be healed. So yeah, you got to send up them prayers. You got to fast. You got to eat the medicines of this earth and pray over those things. Anyway, that's all that I got. I hope this was edifying. Until next time, just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, B'Hashem Yashai, B'Hashem Rakah HaKodash, that belongs to the apostles and elders of Ray Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect. Kwam Yashala Babal Shalom.